Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is April the 14th, 2019. Strong hand defended by selling. Value your wealth in Bitcoin. Unconfiscatable. 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. Deferral of gratification. Respect the money. Don't FOMO on altcoins. Okay, everyone. Check out all the links below. Follow me on Twitter at TechBalt, TechBalt. Yes, I got a haircut on Friday for all you 80%ers who only want to look at my hair. But you 80%ers will admit that my hair looks real nice. I'm a pretty good looking dude with it when the hair's cut and everything. Anyway, so let's move on. But hey, I appreciate this. If you watch this listen to this in podcast form, you don't need to see my beautiful face at all. You really don't. It's not about the beautiful face. It's not about the non-fancy sets or graphics. It's about the content. Sportsmeister.com. You can listen to all these shows. Let's first start out here with the great Wences Casares, the CEO of Zappo, and this article of his or post of his is from March, but it's still good. Why most high net worth individuals' portfolios should allocate up to 1% to Bitcoin. Hey man, I like that. I suggest that at $10 million, a $10 million portfolio should invest at most $100,000 in Bitcoin. Well, I would invest more, but hey, this is him talking. Up to 1%, but not more, as the risk of losing this investment is high. Well, if Bitcoin falls, this portfolio will lose at most $100,000, okay, or 1% of its value. Yeah, we get it. Over 3 to 5 years, which most portfolios can bear. But if Bitcoin succeeds in 7 to 10 years, those $100,000 may be worth more than $25 million. Oh, you valuing your wealth in fiat. More than twice the value of the entire initial portfolio. Okay, so we understand the logic behind that. I do hope that high net worth individuals consider that logic. Yes, they value their wealth in fiat, so this is a way you can convince your favorite high net worth individual to get into Bitcoin. And he also says, and this is a good article, a good post. He also says that there are more than 60 million holders of Bitcoin now. How did he come up with that number? I don't know, but and that's worldwide. He says more than 60 million holders of Bitcoin. That's less than 1% of the world population. So that sounds right as of April the 14th, 2019. All right. So check that out. I bring it up again to remind you that high net worth individuals, many of them they've heard about Bitcoin, but they haven't considered the logical reasons why to, risk 1% on Bitcoin. And once a bunch of them start throwing 1% of their portfolios into Bitcoin, oh, now you'll be glad that you're already in it. Pound that like button. Okay. There's something out there, and I got to tell these dudes that I'm talking about them. I usually, I forgot to do this before the video, but when I talk about something that I just randomly find on Twitter, I tell them, like, dude, I found out about you. You're awesome. I mentioned you on the show. It's called the Amber app. Amber is the first Australian app that lets you swap your spare change for Bitcoin and other digital assets. Get started from as little as 50 cents a day. And they probably mean 50 cents Australia a day. So that's pretty cool, man. Changing, that's why I said respect the money. I've said that for a while. You find a penny on the ground, you find 50 cents on the ground, you turn it into Bitcoin. And this app, and again, I don't know how this app works. I like the sentiment, and they say they're going to be worldwide soon. So yeah, they turn the spare change that you find, and maybe have spare change left from doing something else on another app on your phone. I don't know, some digital spare change, not just the. You get the point. respect the money. You respect that. You respect it. Then you turn it into the real deal Holyfield, and that's Bitcoin. And I like what these Amber app people are up to. They're headquartered in Brisbane. I spent 2 weeks there in 2017, and that was probably the best weather of any city in Australia. I think it might even be known for that. Correct me if I'm wrong, Australians. Is that your of your 5 major cities that has the best weather year round? I mean, it was beautiful. Just such a great standard of living there. Very safe city, and I've run into a lot of Sydney and Melbourne related Bitcoin people during my travels, and still here to this very day. Not so much in Brisbane, so I'm glad to hear something's in Brisbane. Igor, though, who has been on the show before, is based in Brisbane. He hasn't been on the show for a long time. He's a funny guy. Okay, moving on. No, we talked to MimbleWimbleCoin. That crypto-dividend is coming out. You can sign up for it, but it's an airdrop crypto-dividend that Bitcoin holders get. You could start signing up for it on 4/20, which is Saturday, which is the second night of Passover, which happens to be one of the days of the year that I do not have a show. And just go, so I'm going to talk about it beforehand right now. Andy Hoffman's going to be on the show on Wednesday at 4:15 New York time. So mark your calendars. I know some of you consider him to be a very controversial figure. Oh, we'll get into it all with Andy Hoffman. 4:15 on Wednesday, New York time. Tune in. I'm sure it'll be quite an adventure. But no doubt he'll talk about MimbleWimbleCoin. And Chris, I linked to the guy behind MimbleWimbleCoin. He's got a post preparing you for 4/20, and he gives some warnings. So they're going to give warnings. This is good. They want everyone to be as careful as possible with this situation. Know what you're getting into. It's not dangerous or anything like that, but you got to do things the right way so you don't lose out, and you save all the information you need to save so you can actually get it when you're supposed to get it. This is the sign up period for this airdrop, and again, it's free. This MimbleWimble is like the flavor of the month. There's Beam, there's Grin, and now there's going to be MimbleWimbleCoin, MWC. So good luck, and check out Chris's link below. And I think they have a Discord group. They have Twitter, obviously. You find all that social media stuff. Obviously, we'll talk more about that on Wednesday's show at 4:15 Baltimore time. Yeah, I'm calling it Baltimore time now. Pound that like button. Speaking of down under, this is from New Zealand. This is from Barefoot Barry. He gave me, at least 2 different shirts. This one isn't the same one as the other day. This one actually says Bitcoin Meister on it and some other things on it. So thank you, Barefoot Barry. Thinking of you down in New Zealand. You always are nice to leave a comment in the comment section saying hello from New Zealand, which of course I spent some time in late 2015 and early 2016. Auckland, whew, now that was a safe place. My Lord, do they even have crime in Auckland? I mean, and of course we've, since that time there's been a tragic situation in Christchurch, but Auckland is a different city. It's the biggest city in New Zealand, and hopefully one day I'll go down to the South Island. I was only on the North Island. I only got to see Auckland. It's a great place. Brisbane's great. Auckland's great. There's a lot of great places in this world. I'm happy. Thank you, Bitcoin, and thank you, Adam, for being a strong-handed person with long-term thinking that's allowed me to just go all over the place and work for myself. Again, you can do it too. Plan ahead. Don't waste your time on don't waste your money on big screen TVs and ridiculous things that depreciate in value immediately. Long-term thinking. So I want everyone to check out Friday's show. That's what I meant to. Friday's show was This Week in Bitcoin. BTC Benny, Juan Galt, and Bitcoin Tina. We had a blast. We really had a blast. And each of the guys came with their A game and presented their strengths. Bitcoin Tina really hit a home run at the end there. So you got to stay tuned toward the very end. He gets into his classic stuff that a lot of Bitcoin Tina fans like. And so something that got brought up, we were talking about the situation with the fake Toshi and the frivolous lawsuits. And Cryptocurrency, Bitcoin is supposed to be so, it's not supposed to be, it's not establishment at all. And frivolous lawsuits are just like the total establishment way of shutting down dissent, intimidating people you don't like. So I don't know if you'd call it irony that the person that claims to be, well, that fake Toshi is going the complete the route of the traditional establishment to shut people up. And I would like, we did also mention that the guy behind Binance said that if the fake Toshi keeps up his behavior, he will remove SV from Binance. And then this whole delist SV movement started on Twitter. I want to go back to the Binance guy, though, the guy behind Binance who said that. And some people have pointed out that, he said that if this behavior continued, that it would be removed from Binance. Well, the behavior has continued, but it hasn't been removed from Binance. So some are wondering if that was a form of virtue signaling by the guy behind Binance. Say something virtuous that everyone's going to be like, yeah, you're awesome, dude. And then he's like, yes, I'm awesome. I'm a Binance guy. I said I was going to do this, and then never do it, actually. So, words are easy. You walk the walk. If you're going to talk the talk, I mean, that's a big game. He was talking the talk. Can he walk the walk? We shall see. I'm not a trader, so I don't, I understand that these exchanges, I don't trust the word that they say, man. Come on now. But he said it. Let's see if Binance is more than just virtue signaling, if he's more than just talk. But in the end of the day, we can't, and I'm going to get to that in a sec. Well, here, this is from Jonas Schlinel. I just butchered his name. Sorry, dude. Guys, don't you see it? Ignore fake Toshi. He seeks attention with insane methods. Ignore his lawsuit. Don't make him feel important. He is a psychopath. And I agree. I've said this before. Ignore. And I did not put it in the title that I was going to talk about this. But no, I obviously by talking about it, it is not an ignore. But I didn't give it very much attention. Didn't put it in the title, and I don't tweet stuff about it. So everyone should calm down. I think everyone has calmed down and understands that this guy just wants attention, and he doesn't even really care about the coin very much at all, probably in the end of the day. So very good tweet by Jonas there. So I got it. I zip it at him. Don't say any more about that subject matter. Okay, so Tordemeester has a there was one more thing I want to say, because it was a guy in the comments section. I got to give my commenters, my chat people, credit. Booger's guy said Satoshi's vision. I would just leave it at that. So I thought that was pretty funny. Okay, Tordemeester tweet. Let's talk about this. Comedy gold. All right, pound that like button. Tordemeester. Coins with weak proof of work hash rates are a headache for exchanges, as our transactions can cheaply be reversed, double spent. Here's Kraken compensating for that by only acknowledging deposits after many confirmations. So Kraken, they will only acknowledge your deposit for BCH, for Bcash, after 2.5 hours, and for BSV, 5 hours it takes to acknowledge that that you've actually sent your BSV there. You can't trade it for 5 hours at least. So what's this going to lead people to do that are interested in selling their people who happen to have Bcash and BSV, who are mostly traders, most likely? What are they going to do if it takes 5 hours to confirm BSV? They're just going to keep their BSV on the exchanges. And yeah, Bcash, BSV, they're altcoins. They're not the real thing, but they do have some value. And again, it's gonna lead you to bad habits. You're in a world. I mean, you can either wait a long time to send and then sell your coin, and then the price might change in 5 hours, or you keep your coin on the exchange. And I have said it many times: don't keep your coins on the exchanges. Don't even keep that stuff. Don't even keep fourth tier BSV on a freaking exchange. Okay. And it's well, it will end up being a 4th-tier coin one of these days. It's probably second tier right now, but second tier altcoin. But yeah, so but it's not just BSV and BCH that take 2.5 hours or 5 hours to confirm. It's a lot of other altcoins. So all these altcoin freaks are just going to leave their coins on the exchanges. That's where they're going to store them. They're not going to store them on their Trezor like they should. Or by some other method where they control their own private key, because it takes 5 hours for a confirmation. Just the way of the world. That's what you're gambling with, you altcoin freaks. All right. So I will say, Vinny Lingham, controversial guy. He talks about ICO related stuff sometimes. He has his own token or token related subject matters, but he brings up an ICO point that is a legit reason for ICOs. It's in the ICO space, there's an incredible amount of illegitimacy. I mean, there's so many tokens were created just to steal from people, and the projects never got off the ground. But here's what Vinny has to say. The crypto economy is allowing entrepreneurs to build products and services that could never be financed via traditional mechanisms, equity, VC, debt, etc., because the success rates will likely be much lower. So yeah, there are people who actually do have legitimate projects, okay? And for whatever reason, they would never be able to get traditional finance mechanisms from venture capitalists, from banks, from anything. And so using an ICO will allow them to fund their project. And that is a great thing about ICOs, a great use case for ICOs. And so one of these days is going to be rewarded greatly because ICOs exist. So I am not against ICOs. I don't care if they get regulated or not, okay? Because this personal responsibility is the new counterculture out there. I mean, if you get into the ICO space, you got to know what you're getting into, dude. Don't come crying to me if you lose all your money. But over time, there will be legitimate people that have projects, that have businesses, and they need funding. And it'll be a great way to get funding when no one else would have given them funding, and they will succeed. And the payoff will be tremendous for the gamblers who believed in these businesses. So, and again, in the future, in the way future, I don't know, 5 to 10 years, ICOs will probably be a huge chunk of the way people finance their projects. Venture capitalists are going to have to adapt to ICOs, basically. And I think Simon Dixon is very much into that. We got to have Simon back on the show one of these days. But again, Vinny brings up a legit point. It's a good, you might not like Vinny, but he's a smart guy, and he does have, follow him on Twitter. He's linked to below. Definitely. You'll learn a lot, even from the people you don't agree with 100% of the time, people. Okay, let's move on here. Ooh, what is this here? Oh, no, I mentioned Jonas's tweet. Oh, the Bitcoin Rabbi. The Bitcoin Rabbi was on the show yesterday. The Beyond Bitcoin show was dedicated to the Bitcoin Rabbi. I change it up a lot some of the times on the Saturday show. I'll have a guest. We had the Venezuelan guest, and then we had the Bitcoin Rabbi as a guest. And he brought up the Bitcoin Haggadah. Oh my God, that was hilarious. That was, if you're Jewish and you know what a Haggadah is, you'll really like his talk about that. But check it out. It was yesterday's show. Pound that like button. Follow me on Steam at Bitcoin Meister. It's live there right this second. And finally, someone who's in motion. And I feel, coinwho.com, or the guy is also at Bitcoin Rick. And this guy, Bitcoin Rick, came up with the site coinwho.com. It's pretty rough right now, but it lists people by their Twitter handle. It lists crypto influencers or whoever you want to say. And it's a start. It's a start. If some of the people, I don't know how they got on the list at all. I'm on the list. I'm on there. But yeah, eventually it'll be an easy way to find good people to follow on Twitter and YouTube. And the guy's trying. He's in motion. So all right, I think that's it. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video, check out the link section below. Bang that bell button, pound that like button, click on those squares, dude. Is tomorrow tax day? Good luck, you traders. Bye-bye.